Kellyanne comes forward as a sexual assault victim with incredible message for Kavanaugh. White House counselor Kellyanne Conway revealed Sunday that she is a victim of sexual assault. Conway, who did not disclose any details, made the comment during CNN's State of the Union. "I feel very empathetic for victims of sexual assault, sexual harassment and rape," she said during the show, then paused briefly before adding, "I'm a victim of sexual assault. This is the first time I've ever heard you talk about something personal like that, and I'm really sorry," said host Jake Tapper. "I've just had it," Conway said. For much of the rest of her appearance, Conway emphasized the need to take claims of sexual assault seriously, but that blackening the reputation of Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh had nothing to do with justice for assault victims. Conway said the justice system should address allegation of sexual assault victims, not politicians. "I don't expect Judge Kavanaugh or Jake Tapper or Jeff Flake or anybody to be held responsible for that," she said. "You have to be responsible for your own conduct." Kellyanne Conway on CNN SO2, "I'm a victim of sexual assault." Kellyanne Conway on CNN says people ask her how she talks to her daughters about all this, and her feeling is, "How do I talk to my almost 14-year-old son? This is Judge Kavanaugh now. It could be anybody by next week. Respectfully, it could be any man in any position now." Conway said in the current debate, victims only matter when they are politically useful. "Let's not compare Harvey Weinstein and Bill Cosby, and a few others, to what's happened here," she said. "If we're going to have a national conversation, stop judging the victims and perpetrators according to their politics." Conway said taking out a history of unheard assault claims on Kavanaugh will not yield justice. "Let's just be honest with what this is about. It's raw, partisan politics," she said. "I want those women who were sexually assaulted the other day who were confronting Jeff Flake, God bless them, but go blame the perpetrator. That's who's responsible for sexual assault, the people who commit them." White House counselor Kellyanne Conway on whether President Donald Trump believes Christine Blasey Ford's testimony. "He found her testimony to be credible and compelling." CNN's Jake Tapper is a survivor of this. "Does that not make you think, when you hear somebody like Professor Ford, does that not make you think these women need to be heard?" Kellyanne Conway, "They should all be heard. And they should be heard in courts of law." Without naming names, she emphasized that all accusers should be treated equally. "We do treat people differently who are either the victims or perpetrators of this based on their politics now or based on their gender now. That is a huge mistake," she said. Conway then spoke directly to the camera. "America, it's a huge mistake." Conway did, however, say that the hypocrisy is ridiculous in noting that some lawmakers seeking an FBI probe of Kavanaugh did not hold former President Bill Clinton to the same rigorous standard. Conway said the responses to the FBI investigation will illustrate who was playing politics. "If not one Senate Judiciary Committee member changes his or her vote because of what they learned from the FBI investigation, that tells you all you need to know about what the President and Judge Kavanaugh have said is a sham," she said. The mention of past, unproven allegations of sexual misconduct against President Donald Trump brought a bristling rejoinder from Conway. "Don't conflate that with this, and certainly don't conflate it with what happened to me. It'd be a huge mistake, Jake. Let's not do it. Let's not always bring Trump into everything that happens in this universe. That's mistake number one," she said. I believe Kellyanne Conway when she says she too is a victim of sexual assault. Which makes her decision to work with and defend an admitted sexual predator all that more repulsive. I see that the people trash-talking Kellyanne Conway today have already convicted Judge Kavanaugh. I'm glad they aren't my judge. She also replied in advance to the critics that she expected to descend upon her Twitter account. People on Twitter and elsewhere are saying right now, "Oh, how can she work for Donald Trump? I work for President Trump because he's so good to the women who work for him," she said. "I don't want to hear it from anybody.